time for Roula and Ryan's Revenge.
For the truly wronged, sometimes all you have left is revenge.
104.1 KRBE.
Oh, parental discretion is always advised on this segment because you just don't know what you're going to get.
Right. You go to krbe.com and you contact us for this segment. Eric will respond back to you and set the whole thing up, and we welcome you to the show to find out why you're here. So we want to welcome Mary to the show as she's standing by for Revenge here on the Roula and Ryan show. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning.
Hey, Mary, so what brings you to Revenge?
I actually got payback on a guy who did me so wrong. I was furious. His name's Lewis, and he told me every pickup line, every trick in the book, did everything to schmooze me to basically get into my pants.
This is what you're realizing now that you're mad and this has all had gone down. But at the time, you just thought he was being genuine, like awesome, Mr. Wonderful, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I went on several dates with him. You know, I'm not stupid. I'm not easy per se. You know, he was a gentleman. He treated me great on these dates. And then I slept with him and nothing. He ghosted me like immediately.
Oh, man. That's terrible. So at what point do you realize the ghosting has happened? Because, you know, there's always that little window where a girl in her mind is like, well, I'll just give it a couple minutes. I'll give it a couple hours.
Is it a
See if he
week?
responds.
So it had been about 3 days. He wasn't responding or anything, but he was posting on his Instagram and TikTok and social media and stuff. So
That's annoying. Did you text him?
yeah, I texted him and nothing. I guess my number was blocked. I was really confused. So I decided to go by his place, you know, like where we had sex and everything, because I wanted to confront him.
Where we had sex and everything?
That's so random.
What's the
place where
everything?
we decided to fornicate.
California.
You went by
so
his
that's
house,
where
and
y'all
then
hooked up?
what happens when you go to his house?
I go to the door and I knock on the doorbell thinking that he's going to answer and I'm going to like ask him what was going on. And some random dude answered the door and I was like, hey, is Lewis home? Whatever. He said, no, Lewis doesn't even live here.
What?
What?
So it's his buddy's house. And Lewis, I guess, was house sitting at his house while his buddy was out of town. But he told me it was his place. So
This guy's probably like, wait, you did what with Lewis in my house?
He's probably grossed out. Like,
So did this guy give you any information about Lewis's whereabouts?
no, I asked him, you know, I was like, well, I want to talk to him. This is so messed up. Like, you don't do this. This is wrong. And he was just like, look, I don't want to get involved. He wouldn't tell me anything. He basically like shut the door in my face. And I was, you know, like still screaming at him through the door, but I was pissed. And then the neighbor or whatever was like sitting on the porch outside and saw what happened. And she came up to me and I guess she felt bad or whatever. And she was like, you know, honey, Lewis, that guy, he's a jerk. He's actually done this to a couple other women. And I was floored.
So he's got a playbook. He takes women to his friend's house.
Who the hell does that? That is so nasty. So I was just like, you know what? I have had enough. This is so disrespectful. I'm going to get my revenge. And that's that.
well, Lewis is on hold. He can't hear any of this.
Stand by, Mary. Let's let Lewis in on what's happening here and why he's going to be on our show. Hi, Lewis. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan show in 104.1 KRBE. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Lewis. Do you ever listen to the Roula and Ryan show?
I mean, I know you guys. I'm not really up that early to hear you, but yeah, I mean, I know who you are.
Yeah, a little early to be calling you, but we thank you for taking the call. And we contacted you today because someone you know contacted us to contact you, if that makes sense. And she's on the line, too. She can hear you. Her name is Mary.
What? She died. I got called about a week ago that she passed away.
Are you making
I'm
this up?
confused. What is going
Mary,
on?
tell everyone what you did.
I was pissed at your
Mary, is this you?
lack of responding. Oh, it's me, darling. So my friend called you because he was upset, too, the way you treated me. And he said that his was the last phone number and the last person that I had been seen with and that I was deceased.
Oh, my God, I'm going to throw up. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh,
You made this man think that he was the last person to see you alive?
yes.
Oh, my God. And then what happened? Did your friend question Lewis like he's some kind of suspect?
An investigator called it, and they said that I was the last phone number in Mary's phone, and they wanted to question me about the body, and then I like broke.
Oh, my God!
Well, maybe you should think twice before you disappear on somebody.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God, this is weird.
Oh, my God.
God. Mary, you had somebody call and tell him that you were dead?
I'm so sorry.
I did. Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. That was so rude. Don't ever do that again.
I called my dad. I was so...
My God. Turn him down for a second. Mary. Oh, my God, listen to him.
I don't know if I agree with this. You went to such extreme lengths that until you've been killed, and you screwed this guy over.
Ghost me, and I'll make you think you're going to jail for murder? That's the revenge?
It's pretty vicious.
So my friend just said that they found it, interesting that his number was the last number in my phone.
Let's pull up Lewis. Maybe he compose himself a little bit, because I'm sure he's got to be feeling so many
Lewis, are
emotions.
you there?
Happiness that she's not dead, and happiness that he's not going to be in trouble.
Lewis, you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just having a drink. Oh,
Morning,
Drink in the morning.
Okay, well, Lewis, there's no more concern. There's nothing wrong with Mary. She's perfectly healthy and fine.
thank God. Oh, thank God.
Well, Lewis, what you don't know is that Mary found out from, I guess, your friend's neighbor or some old lady that you do this a lot. You use your friend's place to sleep with girls. Why do you do this?
Okay, yes, I do, but it's just a thing that me and my pals do. I mean, we've been doing it for a while.
What, lie to women, trick them into thinking they're in a relationship, have sex with them, and then dump them?
Okay, well, when you put it that way, it does sound a little bit grosser
That's
than it
the
is.
only way you can put it, dude. That's messed up.
We're just trying to hang out and enjoy our life.
At the expense
And
of
have
somebody
fun.
else. This girl thought that you had feelings for her, and you were just after just one thing,
what
and the
she
second
did.
you
Look at-
got it, you dumped her.
Well, I didn't dump her. I just didn't call her back.
That's the same thing. That's
you
even
just ignored
worse.
her. You made her
Well,
feel
I
like
mean-
she was something, and she was nothing to you.
I mean, she made me feel something too, and I got it. And there you go. And
I
had
take it back.
and-
I'm glad she kind of did this to him.
Maybe it's a wake-up call for you, buddy. Hopefully, Lewis, you'll think twice before you do this to another woman.
No, maybe I'll just use a different friend's house.
Okay, well, I guess
All
you're
right,
not so
well,
broken up anymore, are you?
Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and let you go, Lewis.
Well, I'm glad you're not dead.
Yeah, for your own selfish reasons.
Yeah, you don't care about her. You
You're
just
not
you
dead.
care about yourself. That's all, man.
Mary, is this going to throw you off from dating people for a while? Because this is pretty stressful.
I mean, no, I think I'll get back out there, but definitely disgusting. Like, what a pig. I feel like I got my revenge, so it is what it is.
I'd say so.
You sure did. Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right, thanks, guys. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Roula and Ryan's listener line.
You have 912 messages. Please tell people to stop complaining about Ryan.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, let's
Okay.
also open up the lines, too, at 713-390-KRBE. Were you in a relationship and the man you were with got somebody else pregnant? Because we'd like to hear from you.
Father
That's
to
what it's
another
all about.
child while with you, and that was the big surprise. So this is coming off of last Thursday's Roula and Ryan's Roses with Colleen and Joshua. A lot of people left messages at the listener line as they were aghast. That was it. Joshua was taken up with the neighbor, right? Colleen busted
Nancy,
him with
the neighbor Nancy. And then, Rula, I was going through the listener line this weekend, and I mean, some of these calls just put that to shame. It was even more scandalosa. So why don't we just start with this one, Sam, the listener line, the daddy is a cheater.
The father of my child, he is a lawyer here in Houston. When I met him, I did know that he had another child in Florida that was about 3. The picture he kind of painted was that he just wasn't allowed to see his child, but he would go visit Florida and see her here and there when he could. I thought he was this great guy and everything, and I ended up getting pregnant. While I was pregnant, I found out that he was just sleeping around with many women. So I had gone through his phone and found multiple videos of him with another woman, and he did not work the whole time I was pregnant. He was trying to work on getting his career going, and so I was working full-time, I was going to school full-time, and then I actually became friends with the other mother of his child, and he cheated on her while she was pregnant. Then fast forward to when I had the baby, he was still seeing a bunch of other women. I was not trying to be with him, but, you know, of course I wanted to let him see his child, and there was a few times that he brought other women around my child, and then he actually got into a relationship with a well-known lawyer that works here in Houston, and she started harassing me, sending me like crazy messages saying he's fine and everything online. And last I had heard, they were trying trying to have a baby, trying to get pregnant, and that's all. Sorry, it's a long, crazy story.
Does that not sound stressful?
What's wrong with that guy? Does he ever believe in birth control or?
Apparently not.
Come on, dude.
I mean, not birth control for him. He just needs to.
No, a condom is birth control.
Yeah.
Well.
He's a hit and run guy. I mean, basically.
Get a vasectomy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is there outside of a famous person that has fathered, we hear these crazy stories of 10, 12 kids. There's some famous person that has a lot of money, just keeps making babies with all these random women. I wonder if real life stories of a dude that's fathered all these kids. He's just leaving behind all these kids with no child support and all these women who don't know about each other, and they all get together what? He has 15 kids. 15 kids. How do you do that? I know how you do that, but what I'm saying is,
why would you do that?
Let yourself do that.
Let's get around and do a yarn. What did Ryan say earlier?
Pull up a chair and we'll spin a yarn.
Whatever the hell that means.
Okay.
Tell a tale.
Check in with the listener line if you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan show based on the roses from last week, where Nancy, the neighbor, was taken up with Joshua and Colleen busted him. Calls related to that topic came to the listener line.
Sam, let's go to the one where she got a little revenge on the boyfriend.
I had been with my now ex-boyfriend for a year and a half almost, and I had been suspecting for at least the last year that he's been cheating, but I could never prove it. So I just moved into my new place with my kids, and I invited him to stay the night on Monday. Now, come Tuesday morning, there's a girl in his phone labeled as baby girl calling him, and they're sitting there telling each other that they love each other and all this and that, and he's telling me that it's nothing. Meanwhile, my contact picture is the freaking yawn emoji. I threw his stuff out. I hit him in the mouth. Very regrettable. I should not have hit him. However, I did ask him to come back and spend the night again. He was not smart enough to change the passcode on his phone. And I found out that he was not only talking to her, but at least 5 or 6 other women. And he has slept with at least 2 of them. And he wants me to believe that it never happened, even though I had evidence. So I put him out again yesterday. And as soon as he left my house, he called one of the girls I had already called because I took pictures of all the contacts, all the text threads. I knew he was going to lie. And sure enough, he did. Left my house. And as soon as he left my house, he called that girl. And then he tried to say I was lying. She's like, how could she be lying when the text thread is right here? Thanks for listening. I just wanted to get that off my chest.
The yawn emoji was her
yawn
name?
emoji?
Oh,
profile pic?
Wow. No, that's terrible. Oh
yawn
my gosh.
emoji. It's awful.
How obvious could that be that he is not? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Next caller.
Punched him.
The question we had was: have you known somebody to father a child while in a relationship with you, or perhaps you're the guy who fathered a kid with somebody else while you were with somebody?
Well, this is actually
this happens a lot, apparently.
This is the child, the byproduct of that situation. This is the child calling in about this.
Oh, wow.
Hi, guys. I'm the child of a mom who's been cheated on, who has also taken another child that my dad has conceived with another woman. And my mom loves that child like it's her own kid. And she didn't leave him. They had arguments. It was just a whole mess. But at the end of the day, we have a strong connection with our half-siblings. I am one of 6 out of my mom's and dad's original kids, and my dad has 2 other kids with 2 other women that are in our lives. Y'all have a great one.
Whoa.
Now let me ask you something, Roula.
Oh my gosh.
Could you say, you're married and your husband had a child with another woman and that woman's out of the picture. Could you raise that child?
Yeah, because we were asked that last week. Could you do that?
I mean, if there's a baby at stake and the mother is not a viable option, well, I mean, yeah, wouldn't you take that baby under your wing?
What if you're married, though? What if you're already married and then it's like 3 years in the relationship, you find out they had a baby? He cheated on you and had the baby, but then that the mom's no longer there. Something happened to the mom.
And you got to take the baby in now. Could you
Can
do
you
that?
take that baby as your own, or will you always look at that baby as this is what caused the problem?
Reminder, yeah.
I mean, I feel like I can't speak to the real life versus just hypothetical.
Because a baby, you think you'd love it, right?
It's a baby. I feel like you would just take on that child. Excuse me. You're going to try and work through it. You're going to raise that baby as your own together with the rest of the family.
Does that mean, though, you have to go take that baby to, like, the baby's family? Like the mom's?
Oh, that's good.
Mom and dad?
I'd make the dad do it.
The grandparents.
Make the dad do it. Okay, man.
Holidays?
You made
you want to go with them?
But that's provided you even stay in a relationship with the dad. Like, I mean, I think a lot of people, if they found out their husband fathered a child with somebody else while they're married, that marriage is over.
Well, that's what the listener line person said. She's an adult child now of a woman who was cheated on, who's raising the other child together, raise them together. We look to you to be the star of this segment. It's called Romance or No Chance. I feel like we need like a game show theme or something. Romance or No Chance. We do. It's where you call us at 713-390-KRBE and you tell us about a weird or wacky first date you had, and we're going to guess, did you guys agree to see each other at least one more time? You don't have to have gotten married, but last week we did not expect that at all.
But Sam and I did because we won.
The wacky dates. We won what?
Ryan finally lost.
It's fun sleuthing, though. I listen for clues.
It's just points in our own brains. I'm like, I think I'm correct on this.
How well do I know people in their relationships?
So the key is, describe the date to us without giving us any details that could give away the answer, and that's what we will do.
Here we go.
Let's go to Vanessa first. Again, the number is 713-390-5723. Hello, Vanessa.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So tell us the date, but don't give away so many details that it's obvious what the answer is. What happened?
Okay, so I met this guy through social media, and we decided to go out to the bars. You know, it's our first time, so we just wanted to go out and drink and have, take off the edge a little bit.
Okay.
So we went out. We took an Uber there, and then I took my car just in case, because I wasn't going to drink too much, so I could drive myself home, because I don't know where this guy lives. I don't know anything about him.
So wait, back up. You said you took an Uber. He took an Uber and you drove your car. Okay.
Yes.
Please continue.
So I drove my car. So after, I wasn't drunk or anything, and I was like, you know what? I can give you a ride home. You've had too many drinks. Like, let me just take you home. So he doesn't have to go on an Uber. So we're in my car. He's very drunk, and he throws up in my car.
Throws up in the car.
He tells me to pull over. Not even like 5 minutes into driving, and we're in the middle of the freeway. He's throwing up. I take him to his house. I don't want to go inside because I don't know this guy. And but he can't even walk, so I have to walk him inside, take him to the restroom, and I just put his head over the bowl and hope to God that nothing happens to him.
How much did this guy drink?
Let's guess on this one.
Holy smokes, to help him.
Saying. But it was because I guess it was the first time. He was nervous. I was nervous. Everybody was nervous. But yeah.
Okay, that's all I guess.
Okay. So she has her car. He gets drunk on the date, barfs all over her car, and then she has to take him into his place and
that was nice of her to take him.
That
So
was really nice of her.
He must have been really good looking. She liked him, so I say yes. She saw him again.
I mean, good looking to her.
I'm kind of variable on that because if she really liked him, yes, she wanted to help him. But also, could you, if you were on a date and the guy was that drunk, could you? Well, I guess if you.
But they're both nervous.
Yes, I'm saying, could you leave that person alone? Even though you're not romantically interested, you're like, this person is.
I don't know. And they also met on a dating site, so it's not like they met like through mutual friends that she knew stuff about him. Like,
yeah.
There had been some chat building up to this, so they probably felt like they knew each other. And when they finally met,
why were they so nervous then?
Okay, I'm going to guess there was at least one more date because we wanted a redo.
Me too.
I believe in that.
So we think that there was at least one more date, but tell us what happened after, Vanessa.
Okay, so we did see each other again, and now we're expecting our first baby.
Now, which is the real first date story you tell family and friends?
Did you tell people that one?
Oh, yeah, totally bliss. I take care of him. Or is it the second date story?
She said they do.
They do. That's so funny.
We do tell people, mostly because he says that I gave him all my drinks because I didn't want to drink because I was driving. But that he drank all his drinks and my drinks, and he was like, I was just too drunk. And
so after his night of throwing up, did he like call you the next day and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry"?
He did. I actually went to work the next day, and I wasn't on my phone like all day. I did like a double shift, and when I got off, I saw that I had all these text messages from him and all these calls, and we went out the next day. And he was like, "I'm so sorry. I apologize." Back. Yeah. It was.
It was a weird first date, but now it's a story to tell.
How long ago was that? How much time has passed?
That was like a year ago.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's really fresh.
That's really funny. Congratulations.
From a year. Now they're having a kid.
Lucky. Okay. Lucky dating app is what that was for her. Okay. So
Lucky.
thank you for the story. Real quick, I do want to throw this out to people because I have a bunch of these and I had to do them because I already got burned once. Always have a barf bag in your car. It's these little round barf bags. And if you're an Uber driver, Lyft driver, get these. They're so cheap, $20 for 50 of them. And they're these little round blue barf bags they have in the hospital if you feel like you're getting sick. You never know if somebody's going to be nauseated, drunk, or whatever. Uber and Lyft drivers, you don't want them barfing all over your car.
Just in your own car alone.
Hand them the
It's
blue
worth it.
bag and say, do you think you're going to be sick? You think you're going to be sick? Hold this bag. And they're just very small little round bags like discs. My son would always throw up in the car, so I have them in my purse, in the car.
So when you throw up in them, does it like harden? Is there like a chemical in it?
You just have to throw up in it, knot it up, and throw it away.
You cinch it up. Okay.
Yeah.
You want them like outside the car, puking in their car. I've had that.
It's a 50-pack of disposable vomit bags for your car or wherever. And it's only $20 for 50 of them.